Good evening, folks. It's Glenn the Ball Chef, and tonight I'm putting together a Mexican Salsa Verde. Perhaps you've seen my homemade salsa video before, and that's been a big hit. A lot of people really like that. I got a lot of positive feedback on it. But this time I'm going to do a Salsa Verde with tomatillos. Now this is not a complete fresh salsa. I actually fire roast the tomatillos, the jalapenos, the onions on a charcoal grill, and then I'll come back in and show you exactly how we put this recipe together. All right, we've got some tomatillos, which are kind of like a green tomato, more or less. They don't have any spice to them. We'll put those on this open grill. I use one tomato, some jalapenos, and an onion. I'm just going to fire roast these ingredients off, and when they're fire roasted, we'll come back and I'll show you the next. All right. Well, we've just pulled these tomatillos, onions, jalapenos, even threw a little bit of garlic on there, and tomato. Even though this is a salsa verde, the sweetness of the tomato will really bring this together. You see a lot of these salsa verde Mexican style homemade salsa recipes, and they use all fresh ingredients. I like to use the fire roasted vegetables because it brings a certain smoky flavor to the actual salsa itself. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these tomatillas and the jalapenos and the tomatoes, or tomato I should say, and basically peel off the skin on them, and we'll take it to the next step. Alright, well, we've now chopped up our fire roasted tomatillos, onions, jalapenos, and we've cut up some limes. Got a couple limes we've cut up. Just put those into this little squeezer here, and we'll squeeze off some fresh lime juice into this little blender here. The lime will bring out a little pizzazz, a little freshness to this. We go down to Mexico, this is what they use to make the margaritas with, but we can use this for squeezing out a little bit of this lime juice. Alright, some cilantro, some fresh cilantro. We'll put that in there, and then maybe about a teaspoon or so of salt. We can test this for saltiness in a minute. I put a little bit of cumin in mine. You can fresh ground your cumin, probably better, not too much, maybe a half a teaspoon. And then we just simply can take and put in our fire roasted vegetables, jalapenos, got the garlic. We'll start out with those. We'll grind this up here a little bit with this little mini food processor here. Get our juices going here. Now we can go ahead and start going to work with these tomatoes. Put those in there. And the onion. And finally, the tomatillos. Be tight here, folks. Should have gone with the bigger blender. Get all these stuffed in there. I don't know. Probably not. Probably reached maximum capacity. Alright, now we'll just take this off of here, and we can pour this liquid into here. Let's first start out by testing the saltiness of it. Spot on, spot on. I held back on one of the jalapenos because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be too spicy. But I will assure you that if you want your salsa on the spicier side, you definitely want to throw the last jalapeno in there. Make it a 3 jalapeno batch. back in there. And now we've got enough room, hopefully, to close the rest of this out. Alright, so now we have put that extra jalapeno in there. Let's give this a taste. A little bit more salt. Okay, we'll pop that in the fridge for about an hour, hour and a half. We've got us some nice salsa. Alright, it's Glenn the Ball Chef, and we just finished up the Salsa Verde Mexican green salsa. It's great for chips, goes good on tacos, 1,001 uses. Like Mexican food, this makes a great dip. Great topping. You can cook chicken in it. Let's give it a taste. Not too spicy, but it does have a little bit of a kick to it. I think it's everything you'd need in a salsa verde and more. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my recipe today. And if you get a chance, sub me up. Give me a like if you like it. If you don't, tell me why. And as always, bon appetit.